The road into the valley was narrow and old. Pine trees leaned over it like silent judges. Mist curled between their trunks. Somewhere uphill, a stream kept talking, soft, endless, indifferent. In the middle of that road sat a merchant cart, stuck like a curse. 2 oxen strained at the front, muscles trembling. Their eyes rolled white, foam gathered at the corners of their mouths. Behind the cart, 3 men pushed, boots sinking as the mud sucked them down, as if the earth itself refused to let go. The leader wasn't just pushing, he was punishing the world for not obeying. He snapped the whip through the air, crack, as if gravity had ears. "Again!" he screamed. The cart creaked. The wheels spun. Mud spat like dark rain. But the cart did not move. It simply refused. A young messenger named Wu Wei arrived with a travel pack and a sealed letter. He had the kind of hunger that turns time into an enemy. If he didn't deliver the letter before sunset, he would lose the job that kept his family fed. He tried to squeeze past the cart. No space. He looked at the men, furious. "Move it. I'm late." The leader glared. "Then help." Wei hated it, but he had no choice. He dropped his pack, planted his hands against the wet wood, and pushed with them, hard. His shoulders burned, his palms slipped, his jaw clenched until his teeth hurt. They pushed until their legs trembled and their breath came out in ragged gasps. Nothing. They stopped, panting, humiliated. Wei stared at the cart like it had insulted his bloodline. "This is insane. It's just a cart." That was when an old traveler stepped out of the mist. He carried a simple staff, no hurry, no tension. He didn't look wise in a theatrical way. He looked real, like someone who had watched humans repeat the same mistake for decades and grown tired of it. He studied them quietly, then asked, "Why are you fighting it?" The leader spat into the mud. "Because it's stuck." The traveler's eyes moved from the oxen to the wheel, to the men's hands shaking with effort. Then he said calmly, "Is the cart stuck, or are you?" Wei scoffed. "We don't need riddles, we need muscle." The traveler didn't argue. He didn't smile. He didn't perform. He simply said, "May I try?" The leader laughed. "With those arms, go ahead." The traveler did not push. He walked to the side of the cart and crouched near the wheel. Wei watched, irritated. What is he doing? Praying? Searching for magic? The traveler reached beneath the cart.
He didn't look at the men. He looked at the wheel. The rim was packed with mud so thick it looked like clay, and deep inside the spokes, something darker caught the light. He reached in. His fingers hit it, hard. Not metal, not magic, just a small piece of wood wedged where it didn't belong, jammed tight against the wheel like a tooth in a gear. It wasn't hidden, it was just ignored. He gripped it. It resisted at first, stubborn as a bad habit. Then, wet suction, a dull crack, and it came free. The traveler stood. He placed one hand lightly on the cart's side, barely touching it, and said, "Now." One ox took a step, and the cart rolled forward as if it had never been trapped at all. No heroic struggle, no victory shout, just movement. Wei froze. The leader's mouth fell open. "What? What did you do?" The traveler wiped mud from his fingers. His voice was flat, not smug, just tired. "Something was caught in the wheel," he said. Silence. Wei stared at the spinning rim and felt heat rise up his neck. All that effort, and it wasn't the mountain that stopped them. It was a small thing, buried in the mud,
overlooked. The leader swallowed. How could we miss that? The traveler looked down the road as if he had watched this scene 1,000 times. Because you were looking only at force, he said, not at friction. He paused, then added quietly, sometimes it's carelessness. Sometimes it's fear. And sometimes, he looked at Wei, because people are secretly afraid of how fast life will move once nothing is holding it back. That landed hard. Wei's chest tightened, because suddenly the cart wasn't just a cart anymore. All the nights he worked harder instead of thinking clearer, all the times he clenched his jaw and pushed forward while something inside resisted, all the times he blamed the road when the real problem was buried in the wheel. Wei asked quietly, "So this is Wu Wei?" The traveler nodded. Wu Wei is not doing nothing. It is doing nothing extra. It is removing what blocks the way, instead of worshiping effort. Wei looked at the oxen, still shaking, still foaming, still exhausted, and he saw something ugly in the scene. Force always costs something. Usually the innocent pay first. He swallowed. So what should I do? The traveler pointed at the muddy rut beside the wheel. Before you push harder, pause. Look closely. Ask, what is stuck? A mistake you keep repeating? A fear you call realism? A habit you've worn so long it feels like your identity? Wei picked up his pack. The cart was already rolling away down the road, wheels turning smoothly. He should have run, but for the first time in weeks, he didn't feel like he was wrestling the air. He walked fast, yet not frantic, and as he passed the traveler, he asked one last question. How do you learn Wu Wei? The traveler didn't smile. He gave Wei the look a parent gives a child who is trying to open a door by pushing on the hinges. Then he said, you stop celebrating struggle, and you start respecting reality. Wei watched him disappear back into the mist, and he carried the lesson like a quiet weapon. Sometimes the most powerful move is not pushing harder. It is removing what was quietly holding you back. Because Wu Wei is not weakness. Wu Wei is the courage to stop the war you don't need to fight.